When we talk about modern warfare, air defense is no longer optional and it's ultimate and that's decisive. See, wars today are not decided only by fighter jets or tanks, and they are increasingly decided by drones and low-flying cruise missiles, saturation attacks where multiple targets come together to overwhelm the defenses. So these threats, they fly very low, sometimes just a few meters above the ground, and that makes extremely hard to detect them and intercept them. So it is in this context that India's Akash-AG or Akash-NG, the next generation missile system, that marks a strategic shift in our air defense posture, and that's exactly what we need to discuss. So recently, if you see successful evaluation trials of Akash-NG were conducted at the Chandipur Integrated Test Range, and this was not a laboratory test, and it was a real world operational evaluation. So what was demonstrated there? Interception of high-speed aerial targets, engagement at the low altitudes, and performance in realistic battlefield conditions. So that basically prove very crucial point that Akash-NG is not a concept or prototype, it is combat ready. Now, see, Akash-NG is designed and developed by DRDO, and it is manufactured by Bharat Dynamics Limited. So what makes us, it's special uh, is its complete indigenization. So you see the RF seeker, that is indigenous propulsion, that is indigenous radar, indigenous command and control, C2 system. And that shows a shift in India's defense journey from import to import substitution to system level innovation. Right, India is no longer copying the system, it is designing them, and that too from end to end. Now, see, here India follows a layered air defense doctrine, not a single system approach. So we'll look at three different strategies or levels. So very short range air defense, right? So that's used against the drones, helicopters, and that will protect assets very close to the ground. So that's what very short range air defense, VSH or ADS. And then long range air defense that will cover covered by systems like S-400. It was something that we discussed, I think, perhaps 1 year back in detail, and that handles the high altitude and long range threats. And then the missing middle layer, so low range and the high altitude, now the middle range, right? So this is where basically the gap existed. That's the medium range, medium altitude, and fast reaction against multiple targets. So here Akash-NG is critical because Akash-NG is filling that very critical gap. Right. Now let's also look at the key operational capabilities of Akash-NG. If you look at the range, it's 30 kilometer, and engagement altitude, if you see, it's about up to approximately 18 kilometer, and rapid firing, one missile every 10 seconds. So that's something very good. And then multi-target capability. It can handle, saturation attacks also. So that makes Akash-NG ideal against the drone swarms, terrain hugging cruise missiles, and simultaneous multiple targets. So that's why this is significant, and we are discussing this now. So the question is now again, see what the trials proved operationally. That's something which we need to discuss, right? So the trials basically demonstrated interception of terrain hugging cruise missiles. That's something which we need. And then simultaneous engagement of multiple targets. That's the gap that was missing. And high firing rate with sustained accuracy. I told you in 10 seconds, one missile, and stability at very low altitude. So that shows effectiveness against the saturation attacks, which are the biggest threat in the modern warfare or modern conflict. Now let's also look at the technology. Akash-NG uses indigenous active RF seeker. I told you it's all indigenous, right? So now why this matters? Missile become autonomous in terminal phase. So lower dependence on the ground radar, and you have a higher accuracy and stronger resistance to electronic jamming. So cruise missile normally use electronic warfare, right, to confuse the defense system. So Akash-NG is specifically designed to counter that tactic. So that confusion, that that strategy may not work here. Then coming to a dual pulse propulsion system, that is again indigenous, I have told you. So what this will achieve? smart energy management across the flight phases, and there will be a better interception of fast targets, maneuvering targets, and there will be a strong performance at the low altitudes, and that's very crucial against the missiles that change direction during mid-flight. Now, third level that we discussed, technology leap I'm talking about, the network-centric warfare. Akash-NG is India's first fully network-centric air defense system. So it's basically integrated with Indian Air Force, ICACS, Integrated Air Command and Control System. So as a result of it, faster sensor and sensor to shooter loop. That's the advantage. And the detection, decision, interception will happen in minimal time. So detection, decision, interception, the timing will be minimum. And that's how the modern air defense system win the wars. Now, why Akash-NG is attracting global attention now? It's affordable and sanction resilient because it's much cheaper than the Western equivalents. Everything is indigenous and minimal political conditions, right? And then it's ideal for countries facing sanctions or budget constraints also. And it's designed for modern threats. I've already discussed it's optimized for drones, cruise missiles, and the saturation attacks, multiple targets, mid-altitude, middle range, right? And also India's defense export credibility. See, earlier Akash variants have already been exported to Vietnam, Armenia, right? So this has built confidence in its reliability and the after sales support and the operational effectiveness. So Akash-NG is now adding a medium range SAM capability to India's export portfolio. Let's understand the evolution of Akash missile family. First, Akash Mk1. So that was command guided, heavier, fully radar dependent, and area air defense role it had. Then Akash Mk1S. So introduction of indigenous seeker and then better accuracy you have seen and improved low RCS target handling. And then come Akash Prime. That's basically optimized for high altitude cold regions like Ladakh. Now comes Akash-NG. So here you'll see reduced radar dependence, high autonomy, and it's network centric and not a linear upgrade. It's a radical leap you can see here, right? What are the strategic significance of this? Of course, everything is indigenous. So it reduced the dependence on foreign systems and it expanded air defense coverage. That gap has also got filled. And there is a strong deterrence against modern threats and, a powerful defense diplomacy tool also. And in fact, it's a major boost to make in India, especially when it comes to defense. So guys, don't treat Akash-NG as just another missile. It basically represents a doctrinal shift in our air defense and a technological leap in autonomy and networking, and it's India's arrival as a system-level defense innovator. So in an era period where drones and cruise missiles dominate the battlefield, this one, Akash-NG, is a game changer, and that gives India the shield that we need and also the credibility the world is watching, right? So that's the real significance of Akash-NG. So that's about the session. Thank you so much for watching. I see you in the next video. If you're looking for any classes, course, or mentorship or test series, you can get in touch with us. See you there.